Are there any questions about this one before I move on? Well, what happened? Okay, this one I should hope, this one's from grade 9, so this should be pretty good. Adam with us here, please, still. Okay, this is grade 10 question, the next one. Okay, this is the one we did yesterday. I'm confident the people that were here yesterday and worked on the whiteboards all understand this, or pretty much, okay? But I know there's at least one person here that has no idea what's about to happen. Okay? So his elbow partner may need to help him out here. Here we go, warm up 2. Pays and earnings. $24 per hour shearing sheep. After 40 hours, he earns time and a half. Make a table. For 0, 20, 40, 60 hours. Okay, so I'm going to hit pause in the video and I want you to try this, okay? Now, if you were here yesterday, I'd like you to get started, okay? And if Mason's sitting beside you, I'd like you to try and help your next door neighbor, okay? For everyone else, though, I'd like you to get started. If you're on your phone eating an apple, throw your apple out, phone away. Okay? For everyone else, try and get started on this one. Now, remember how the table went? Hold on, please. Our table went hours were here, okay? And our earnings were here. So our hours went 0, 20, 40, 60. And then earnings went from there. Okay. So I'm going to help out Mason. Everyone else can get started on this. If you don't remember how to do this from yesterday, raise your hand, and me or Mrs. Moore will come around and help. Very good. Okay. Me and Mrs. Moore will come around and make sure things are okay. So, just a reminder now, there's some people that aren't good at their form or just writing it out, okay? I like the way you're doing yours too, it's lovely, okay? So the way that Adam did his was 0 hours times 24 and he gets 0. And you might say, Mr. Sadler, I can do that like writing it out, and that's fine. Doing 20 times 24, and that's 480. And 40 times 24 should be, oh my goodness, 8, 9, 16. Okay, so we're all good on that first 3. Now those first 3, anyone can do. Okay? It's number 4 that I want you to write out the proper way so that we're good at it. Okay? I'm going to pick on Ethan today. Yep. Ethan, how many hours do we have at $24 an hour? 40. Good. How many hours do we have at $36 an hour? Yeah. So this is your regular. This is your overtime. So what does that turn into? Go ahead. 16.80. So the idea is here, Mason and everyone else, right? It's just the last 20 hours of the extra time. Okay. So if you did it in your calculator, that's fine. But I'd like you to really show them this is more I guess. So in case you accidentally make a mistake, you can still say anybody was doing, right? And this more, is that fair to say? Yes. Yeah. And again, there were some of you guys yesterday. Sorry to embarrass you again. Right? But your guys' work was awesome on the back wall there. You weren't the only person, there were other people too, right? If you're short like this, you're gonna have no problems. Okay? Yes. No matter the way. Okay. So just hold on, please. Just hold on for 1 second, please. Okay. So a few things here. Now, number 1, the question was, I don't understand the 40 and the 60. I'm going to go through what that means again. So it's always, every single thing here is hours times money, right? Vanessa? Vanessa, they're all hours times money, okay? So if you work 60 hours, the first 40 hours are going to be at $24 an hour. So you have 40 hours at 24. When you get to 60 hours, that means you have 40 hours of the regular pay, and then $20 is the new pay, because 40 plus 20 is 60, okay? And 24 is your regular pay. I got 36. Well, somebody help me. Where did I get 36 from? So this I got from 24 times 1.5. Okay. So the first 40 go for 24, and the second 20 go for 36. Okay. So we're good? A little bit? Because we're going on to the hard example from yesterday. This is more, do I read it out? Because I don't remember where it is off the top of my head. Do you have it there right here? Here we go. So open your notes from yesterday if you would. You don't have to copy this down for this from Mason. Go ahead.
Taylor earns $15 an hour.
Okay.
After 40 hours, he earns time and a half. And after 60 hours,
Okay. After 60 hours.
he earns double time.
Okay.
I'm looking for how much he would make for 70 hours.
Yeah.
Quick question.
Yes.
So, do we, like, after the 40, do we 15 times 5?
Yeah.
We do, after 60, do we 15 would be 30, or would that be,
No.
time and a half is?
No, it'd be 15 times 2. Okay. So we're going to have here my time and a half. This is a different color. Good question. So my regular salary is going to be 15. My time and a half is going to be 1.5 times 15. Excuse me, which I think is 22.5. Maura, can you correct me if that's wrong? I think that's correct. So
22.50.
good. And my double time, as Ethan said, and it is 2 times 15, which equals 30. So did everyone see where I got those three numbers? Was that sort of the beginning of this question here? Bryce, welcome. How are you?
Good, yourself?
Good. How's your hat doing?
Oh, sorry.
No, I'm manipulating. I said, what am I going to do without eating her? Do you guys want to do a show tonight or something?
Yeah.
Do you guys need lace or no?
I don't know. Did we get one, or I don't know. Don't worry about that.
So what you guys just missed is I'm going to remember at the end of last week, yesterday's lesson, I left that really hard question on the board for you.
Yeah.
Remember that? I said we'd do it today. Well, I forgot about it for the first 15 minutes, but then I remembered. So we're actually going to do that hard question right now. Okay, so regular salary is $15. Time and a half is going to be $22.50, and double time is going to be 30. So what we need to do is we need to break this down. Okay, so it says after 40 hours you get time and a half. How many hours at regular time are we going to have then? At regular time. How many hours at $15 an hour are we going to have? 40. Okay. So we're going to have 40. And this is regular time. Okay, if it says from 40 to 60, you get time and a half. So how many hours do we get at time and a half? Oh, good. Okay. So it's going to be plus 20. Whoa, plus 50. Oops. Oh, plus 20, 22.5. Now, someone other than Ethan and someone other than Bryce here. So you guys are looking good here, okay? So if I have 40 hours, 20. 40 hours of regular, 20 hours of time and a half, and I want 70 hours. How many hours do I have left to double time then? Right? 10 hours. Okay? So this is your double, and this is your time. This is more, if I'm not being clear, please interrupt and add something in, or, you know what I mean, if I'm not being clear about things. The way I always do this, it's going to be 40. The way I know this, because 40 plus 20 plus 10 is going to be your 70 hours, right? You have to add up to 70 altogether. Okay. Mason, since you weren't here yesterday, you're my calculator boy. Calculator boy. Calculate 40 times 15 for me, please. Good. Calculate 20 times 22.5 for me, please. Good. And calculate 10 times 30 for me, please. Good. Okay, Caleb, with the great power of your mind, you add with no calculator. 600 plus 450 plus 300. You can do it. Did you say 1,000? Amazing. So again, if you're in a job, I'll use Zara as an example. And I hope you're trying to copy this down. Okay. I'll use Zara as an example. Zara, people work double time all the time. Is anyone here with a job? Yeah. Okay, it's perfect. You look like you're 18. Of course you have a job, right? So, okay. So again, if you work on holidays, you probably get paid time and a half for double time. You should. You should.
Oh,
Okay. So what will happen? Let's say you work at Zara's and you're stocking shelves. Is they ask you to go in on Easter Monday. Okay, you should be getting double time. So you can calculate. You might have 7.5 hours, right? Double time, right? Or whatever. Okay. Right. Same thing if you're over a certain number of hours. Again, it is actually law that you. I think it's 37.5, right? This is what I think is the number.
think so.
I'm about 90% sure, 95% sure. Okay, so if you're working big hours this summer, you should talk to your boss about overtime. Okay, like if you're working 50 hours a week or whatever, just so you know. I think it might. There's some places it might be more than 8 hours at a time they give you. Some places, right? Not all of them, but some places make you work more than 8 hours. Probably get paid extra for that. So just something to think about. Now, before I continue, Bryce and everyone else, is the math sort of okay? With this. Let's check on Bryce. Now, Bryce and Aiden, you missed it. I announced the test is going to be Friday. Okay? So tomorrow will be all review. I'll get you through everything you need to know. Friday is going to be the test, and that means for the weekend you have no homework this weekend. Okay? Which is nice. Okay? If you happen to skip Friday, shame on you. Okay? I'm not looking at you. You just directly behind it. Anyway, your hair's too big. I can't actually see that. Okay. Okay. So just so you know, so try to be here on Friday. Okay. If you're in a habit of skipping on Fridays, don't get in that habit. You're in grade 10. Come to school. Remember we said, come to school, do your best. You're gonna pass, right? And that's it. All right, here we go. Here's the last thing of the year. This is the last review. The title today is going to be Standard Form. Now, I'm not actually sure, Mrs. Moore, if we did this last year, to tell you the truth. We might have, we might not have. Okay.
And you may have touched on it in science.
I don't think in my class I don't think we did.
No, I don't think.
It's not actually the curriculum, so you don't actually need it. Yeah, put it on your table contents, please, if you would. Thank you, Bryce. I should just say, because I don't say this enough, you guys are a lovely class, and remember that, okay? I sometimes get mad at you when you have to slide boards and just screwing around. I'm not sorry about that. Okay, but overall, you guys are very well behaved, and I appreciate that. Like when I ask to listen, you guys listen. When I say take this down, you take this down. When I say do your best, you do your best. And I really do appreciate that as a teacher, okay? And I hope you know that. And just so you know, let's say I pick on Aiden because his skin's so beautiful and his hair's so beautiful. Don't like be mad at me. I'm not trying to make fun. I'm just playing around, right? You know, right? So, okay. Standard form. Okay, so standard form is a, b, and c. Ax plus by plus c equals 0, with a, b, and c having no fractions. It's an alternate version of the y equals mx plus b. Okay, the reason people like it is that there's no fractions. Okay, I don't know. Some people are afraid of slopes with fractions. I personally find slope a lot easier. That's me though. With standard form, we get an equation with no fractions, just a different way to express the same thing. Okay? So, here we go. Now this is, can you hear this now? Okay. So this is a very important skill that we're going to use here. So we're going to talk about rearranging equations today. That's what we're going to talk about. Okay, so moving stuff, isolating variables and all that stuff. In science, you probably would use stuff like this all the time for isolating. When you get to physics, maybe I don't know physics in grade 12, I think, for college. Okay, you use this all the time, like every single day.
They will have to do it in grade 10.
Grade 10 science too? Okay, perfect. So here's example 1. Now, other than me just trying to be mean to you, which of course I'm not, okay? What's the purpose of putting something into y equals mx plus b form? What's the purpose? Anyone know why we do put things into y equals mx plus b? I'll give you a hint, it was warrant number 1 today. Why do we put things into y equals mx plus b? You graph them very easily. Okay? You can very easily graph in y equals mx plus b. You can graph in this form too, but you have to think a little bit more. Okay, so what we're going to do is something called isolating variables here right now. I'll give you a second to write this down because this is something I need you to be awake for. I feel bad for people who aren't here, Mrs. Moore, but we'll deal with them tomorrow, I suppose. Okay? So you want to make this equation y equals. So what we're trying to do is, you want all the y's on the left here and everything else on the other side. I'm going to start with Aiden. So I like you so much, Aiden. So I have a y here. What? Can you tell me one thing I can move across the other side? 2x. What's the opposite of 2x, please?
Negative 2x.
Good. So we're going to say 2x minus 2y minus 8 equals 0. So we're left with then negative 2y minus 8 equals negative 2x. Now I'm going to slow down here because I need to make sure these steps are very good. Because Mrs. Moore, as you'll probably agree with me, this is very important, isolating a variable in this course, okay, and in science, okay, so I want to make sure this is clear. So all we're going to do here is we're going to take everything on the left that's not a y and move it across, okay? So the 2x moved across. All right, Connie, I want you to be brave. What else do you think we need to remove from the left-hand side, please? Good, so what's the opposite of negative 8? Very good, okay? So we're just going to go negative 2y minus 8 equals negative 2x. So that turns into negative 2y equals negative 2x plus 8. Now please be brave and please ask if something's not clear here. If all we're doing here, right, just algebra, that's all we're doing is isolating there, so moving things across. Now again, I sound like it's easy because that's what I do in the summer. I go home and isolate equations all summer long, so it's really easy for me. But again, for you guys, I know you haven't done this in a while, right? So I just want to make sure this is good. So all we're doing is everything that's not a y, you're moving across. Okay? Isabel, you get the hard part. That's negative 2y. I just want to make that y. What do I do, please? Divide everything by negative 2. So, Mason, what you have to do is everything divides by negative 2. That's this, that's this, and that's this. A whole bunch of them. So you see what I did there? Everything divides by negative 2. So, Taylor, I'm going to pick on you first. Negative 2 divided by negative 2 is? No, it's 1. You know what I mean? Like 5 divided by 5 would be 1, the same thing. So it's going to be 1. It's going to be 1y and equals 1x and 8 divided by negative 2. Bryce will pick on you. A positive divided by a negative is? Negative, good. And 8 divided by 2 is? Negative 4. Now please remember, did we give out the times tables in this class, right?
Yes.
Did we give out number lines in this class?
Oh, no, it's just number line.
Okay. I think there's times tables here if you need them. Now I can also use your calculator in this test, there's no big deal. So if you're looking at 8 divided by negative 2 and you're not sure what You're not sure what it is? It's okay to use your calculator to figure that out, okay? That's no big deal. Hudson, how are you feeling with this first one?
Pretty good.
Sort of good? Okay, I'm going to try one. I'm going to pause the video. I want you guys to do it for me. There may or may not be a fraction in this one. Hint, hint. Okay? So there may or may not be a fraction in this one. Here we go. Example 2. Put 2x plus 3y minus 6 equals 0, and 2y equals mx plus b. Okay, so I'm going to hit pause in the video. I'd like you guys to try this yourselves, please. Okay? If you're not sure, and our bug Ethan today, if Ethan's staring there not sure about what's going on, please raise your hand. We have 2 excellent helpers in here today. You're saying if you're not. I know that you do. That's why I'm picking on you, because I know you understand this. You remember this from last year, I hope? Yeah. For you? Okay? You understand it all? Put those